Hey, welcome to the DBB channel, and today I do have a final game for you, which is the best game in the world, and that will be the Yellow Mirror. In this BTO5 meta, Yellow is considered one of the top tier decks in the current meta right now, and we shall see how the game will unfold, especially in the Mirror match. And the right player does go for the Pidomon here. Now going for the Lordknightmon in the nursery, which is one of the most common play that Yellow can achieve, as the Yellow player from the left actually does hardcore another Kotimon, the third Kotimon we see here, and picking up a Knightmon from there. The Lordknightmon will be pushed out. Now using the Digiburst here to actually kill off one of the Ketomon, and then going for a Slash Angemon already to actually kill off one more Ketomon, leaving no more Ketomon, or actually just only one on the field. Very interesting here, but I would rather he opt for a Lordknightmon there to turn on the aggression, as Slash Angemon will basically make you stuck on it quite well. Basically you can see that he doesn't really have a follow-up anymore except a Chaosmon, and Chaosmons just don't feel right in this point of time. But he does go for level 4 here in nursery, and then go for the TK, looking at the security, picking up a Lordknightmon here, so he does secure Lordknightmon in his hand already, but the turn is passed over to the left player, and going for the Pidomon here for 1 cost over the Ketomon, and then going for his own Lordknightmon in the nursery. So this is a very strong play, as the Yellow do want to start spreading the board with the Lordknightmon skill, and he does go for his own Knightmon over the level 4 there. And finally goes to that Knightmon, which he did pick up in the previous turn. So Lordknightmon will be pushed out here, but will he be actually swinging? He does actually swing, targeting the security as there's no other monsters on the field. Digimon, sorry. And he does call the Knightmon to actually minus 4k on the Slash Angemon. And he does hardcore a Patamon here. And finally going for this new Spiral Masquerade, which is actually a option we new introduced in set 5 for Yellow, a mini Shine Greymon for the Yellow players. So he's able to kill off their Lordknightmon with ease. And he does go for another Pidomon in the security here with 4 memory to work with. And now we do see a Chaosmon follow up. And as you guys can see, the Slash Angemon actually has been waiting for quite a few turns after killing off their Ketomon, and did no security damage, as he's quite afraid to actually swing at security, as it might be a high chance of it dying in the security checks. And finally, it does finally go for the Chaosmon, but it might be a bit too late. And the opponent, actually the Yellow player does go for his own Hammer Spark, which is the new Yellow Hammer Spark released in actually set 4. He's able to play that TK for 4 costs and not passing the turn yet, as he does go for the Kotimon and a Pidomon, and then finally a Lordknightmon. So the extra memory that he has access to does allow him to actually expand that turn to prepare for much needed setup. And now the Wise Greymon will be evolved here. Looks like he's going for the Digiburst to put another TK, which is a very solid play, as tempo does increase in the sense as he doesn't have to pay memory for the second tamer, and he does pick up the Spiral Masquerade, and now finally evolving to the Slash Angemon. Slash Angemon once again to actually kill off the Knightmon. But the Yellow player does have a level 5 in the nursery as he's pushed out, and then evolving to another Lordknightmon here on the level 4 for 3 costs. And looks like I'll be Digibursting twice for the Lordknightmons to actually kill off the Slash Angemon, which does have only 8k DP. And that's hardcore the Patamon to pass the turn. As you guys can see, the Chaosmon is just a big vanilla monster at this point of time, who is just going to threaten one security at a time. And the left player is actually controlling the field in a sense, as he does spread out the board. But Starmon will be here to actually kill off that Patamon, because Patamon does only have 1k DP. And now the left player will start off his turn by hatching a Picomon and evolving to a Lordknightmon here, which you see him being on the offensive here as he does attack and Superior Call the Knightmon alongside with the Pigmon skill to actually target at the Pidomon on the right player side of the field. Now, in this interaction, people will assume that the blocker does die, as a total of 5k DP will be applied on the blocker itself right here, right now. But there's actually a window for the Pidomon to actually block the attack. As the Lordknightmon on attack ability has a turn player priority, that is true, which is the superior calling of the Knightmon onto the field. But after that, the opponent is actually able to declare the block on the attack from the Lordknightmon. Now, following after the declaration of the block, the Knightmon ability will then only activate to reduce Pidomon's DP to 0, making it auto-destroy by the rulings of the game, as Digimon with 0 DP will not stay on the field. Due to the state interaction, the Lordknightmon's attack will actually redirect to the Pidomon, but because it does die, the attack actually simply just whiffed, but the attack is still being blocked in a sense. So do take note of their interaction, as the opponent here don't really realize the ruling, so the attack still go through at the security, but it's actually able to block the attack, so do take note of that. So now the Unimon will be evolved here, and now the Chaosmon will actually swing the Lordknightmon, which is vulnerable. And the Unimon will be used to block here from the attack for the Chaosmon, and the Starmon will actually be hard caught here, reducing the DP of the Lordknightmon, but it doesn't actually matter as he does evolve to the Unimon here. Now starting with 3 memory, the yellow player on the left will have to counter attack, and he does evolve to his own Digimon, which is a perfect use of it as he does kill off the Unimon there, removing a blocker effectively. The Starmon will be evolved in the nursery, and the Lordknightmon will be swinging at the security, and because of the Pigmon, the Patamon does die, given that it has only 1k DP, which is very small for a rookie, and he does evolve to a second Lordknightmon here in the level 5 on the field. Now he does actually hatch a nursery again and does evolve to a Patamon. And the Chaosmon will actually be swinging at the Lordknightmon, but having no blockers on the side of the field, he's able to actually kill off it, and the Upamon will allow him to draw 1. And now he does hardcore a Patamon here. Oh no, sorry, a Starmon to actually kill off the Patamon once again, and Patamon has been killed left and right. Very unfortunate for that card, but that card has been quite a strong card for yellow, and I have no regret saying it. And the Unimon will be evolved here, and looks like it should be game as he does have 3 Digimon against the 2 security the right player does have. And this is game. Okay, so we do have 2 yellow deck lists to talk about, and we'll start off with the first place one with the level 7. Now we do play two Chaosmons here, now which the optimal count will be 2 to 3. And the reason why you don't actually play 4 in this kind of deck, because you do only want to evolve your Chaosmon only on the Slash Digimon in my opinion, as Lordknightmon is such a strong card and it does have a high DP, which doesn't really have any problem dying to any other Digimon, while the Lordknightmon is actually in a suspended state. Now moving on to the level 6, he does play 7, 4 Lordknightmon and 3 Slash Angemon. Now this is actually a very common count in yellow meta deck list currently, and some players will actually consider playing Wargreymon. And now in this case, people don't play Wargreymon as much anymore because a Slash Angemon and the Lordknightmon are the perfect targets to actually counter react or rather push for game. But Wargreymon does put you in quite a mini time bomb scenario for yourself, as the game will have to end ASAP. And now moving on to level 5, we do play 8 only here, which is the 4 Wargreymon and the 4 Knightmon. Now this guy is very simple. He doesn't want to go for, consistency, as I would like to say, because you do want to evolve to the Wargreymon in the nursery, and you do want to call out the Knightmon with your Lordknightmon. So that's a very clean level 5 he's playing. And for the level 4s, which is pretty standard throughout the whole yellow deck list in the meta right now, which is the 4 1-cost evolution, 4 1-cost evolution blocker, and 3 Unimons. I have not much to say about this because it is just simply repeated in every yellow deck. Now for the level 3s, which is quite interesting here, he does play 4 Kitomon, which is the searchers for the Lordknightmon and the Knightmon to improve consistency in the deck. As you guys can see in the game itself, he actually hardcore 3. No, probably he has 3 out on the field at one point of time, and it does feel good to hardcore in this kind of meta. And he does play 4 Patamons, and the Patamons is actually the best inherit for the deck, as the deck does have DP reducing abilities, and with the Patamons able to make Slash Digimon look feels like a 2-cost evolution, and sometimes with that 2-cost evolution you can actually jump to a Chaosmon almost immediately. And now for the next rookie he does play, which is a Starmon, and is newly introduced alongside Lordknightmon, and this card is just too broken. Now it synergizes well with the mass amount of Digimons you're going to superior call anyway from the Lordknightmon skill, and now you're able to reduce DP when you do have too many Digimons on the field, and not forgetting that it is able to kill off a rookie or even a blocker with pretty much ease. And now next he does play the Bushi Agumon, which is a very interesting tech, as you can superior call it with the Lordknightmon ability, and you can almost instantly swing for game. Now for the option which does synergize well with Bushi Agumon once again, he does play the Yellow Hammer Spark, which does give him 2 memory for the sake of discarding 1 security. Now this will push him to 5 memory on almost every turn, as he does have the TK, so with the option, he's able to go to 5 memory and a hardcore Bushi Agumon could be pretty clutch. And now he does play the other option, which is a new one, which does have a mini effect like a Shine Greymon. Now this card does synergize well along again with the ability of Lordknightmon, as you are able to spread the board so nicely, and following up with their option is gonna kill some Digimons. And not forgetting that you do have Bottomon Inherit, so it's not 4 cost. And one last thing, it does have the security effect, which does activate the main effect, so it can be a pretty surprise Gaia Force in some scenarios. Next, he does play 3 TKs, which is pretty standard, and summarizing this whole deck, he does play 4 Pigmon and 1 Upamon. And Pigmon is actually preferred due to that -1k TP if you do have 3 Digimons on the field, which is pretty simple for Lordknightmon now. Now we move on to the second place yellow deck list, which is pretty standard as you guys can see from the level 6 and 7 and even the Digitama. So not much to explain there, but this something amazing or rather interesting will be the level 5 and the level 4s. Now for the level 5s, he does play 4 Nightmon to synergize well with the Lordknightmon ability and 3 World Groundmons and 2 Rise Greymon. So the 2 Rise Greymon does actually have the inherent ability to -2k DP, which does come in clutch in certain games, and the main focus of that card would be the TK free setup. Now, the TK free setup does have sort of a tempo change for yellow, as he doesn't have to actually hardcore the Tamer or 4 cost to actually do something or prepare for the next turn, as able to do it almost instantly. And next, he does play the 2 cost evolution, the Vanilla Digimon for level 5, which does come in clutch if you do want to speed up to your Lordknightmon. Now for the level 4s, he does play 2 of these Royal Knight cards, which is basically more searches. So this actually improves the consistency of the deck, but the unfortunate thing that it is a 2 cost evolution. Now for the rookie, he does opt for the Tsukaimon, which is a 2 cost vanillas, as well as not playing the Hammer Spark, but he does actually play the Shine Greymon option once again. So this Shine Greymon option is just super good to be included in Lordknightmon decks currently. Now thank you for watching till the end, and if you do enjoy the content, drop a like and I will appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing, and have a nice day.